Quantitative Risk Assessment. At approximately 1:20 p.m. on March 23, 2005, a series of explosions occurred at the BP Texas City Refinery during the restarting of a hydrocarbon isomerization unit. The accident killed 15 workers and injured 180 others. The explosions occurred when a distillation tower flooded with hydrocarbons and was overpressurized, causing a geyser-like release from the vents back. The explosion had an impact up to 3/4 of a mile of the 1,220-acre refinery. 43,000 Texas residents of the Texas city were asked to stay indoors. In the video you just witnessed, most of the fatalities were the people in trailers sited near the ISOM unit. If QRA had been performed, and the output taken into account for siting of the trailers, the damage would have been limited. What is QRA? Let us understand some basics. Quantitative Risk Assessment. QRA is a valuable tool for determining the risk of the use, handling, transport, and storage of dangerous substances. QRAs are used to demonstrate the risk associated with the facility, and to provide the competent authorities with relevant information to enable decisions on the acceptability of risk related to developments on site or around the establishment or transport route. QRA is a formalized specialist method for calculating individual, environmental, employee, and public risk levels for comparison with regulatory risk criteria. Risk is usually considered as a combination of severity and likelihood. And QRA studies consists of two parts: severity or consequence estimation, and second is likelihood or frequency estimation. There may be high frequency, low consequence scenarios, for example dripping from valve, and low frequency high consequence scenarios, for example rupture of storage tank. Relevant terms. Let us look at some key terms used in QRA studies. Click on each term for their explanation. Risk. It is a measure of potential economic loss or human injury in terms of the probability of the loss or injury occurring, and the magnitude of the loss or injury, if it occurs. Hazard. A characteristic of the system or plant process that represents a potential for an accident, causing damage to people, property or the environment. Individual risk. It represents the frequency of an individual dying due to loss of containment events. Societal risk. It represents the frequency of having an accident with n or more people being killed simultaneously. ALAP. It stands for as low as reasonably practicable. Potential loss of life. The potential loss of life for each work group is the product of the work group individual risk, abbreviated as IR, and the number of members of the work group. Location-specific individual risk. It provides a measure of the inherent hazard associated with different geographic locations within a plant or facility.